What is good, you guys? Welcome back to the report. Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Miami Heat's amazing, impressive win against the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn. We're going to be recapping that game, and as always, previewing the next game, which is against the Charlotte Hornets on Friday. This is going to be a televised game, unlike the other games we've had this season, which is good for the Heat because, you know, we haven't had, the greatest luck with televised games this season, like I said. But we're going to get into that. So make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yeah, let's get right into it, man. So the Heat and the Nets, one of the marquee matchups of yesterday night, and also the season in general. I'm shocked that it was not televised. I don't know why. Even if it was against any other team, like the Nets usually get most of their games against a playoff team televised anyway. And against Miami, who's beaten them. I think they beat them the last time they played each other. I don't know why they didn't televise this game, but it's fine. I still watched the game, so I didn't really have a problem. It's just that it would have been nice if this game was televised, so the whole world could have seen what we did to the Nets, man. We absolutely, I won't say we destroyed them, but we won this game pretty, well deservedly. We handily won this game. And it all starts off with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo imposing their will. Bam, he just dominates against the Nets, man. He always puts up good stats against the Nets, 24 and 9, 1 rebound shy of a double-double. No assists, but I think the assist numbers for Bam are going to drop because of Kyle Lowry's addition to this team. He's going to get a lot of the assists. Jimmy's going to get assists, and even Tyler off the bench has, improved his playmaking ability. And then you have X factors, guys like PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker was absolutely huge in this game. PJ Tucker put up 0 points in the last game against the Magic, and against the Nets, he was immense. Not only with his 15 points and 7 rebounds, with his defense on Kevin Durant, with his hustle, everything, man. And he said it best, in his post-game interview, he was like, "We can switch, and I can switch off of KD, and Bam can switch on to KD, or Jimmy can switch on to KD, and we're all cool. Or Kyle can switch on to Harden." Like, that's just the beauty of this team, is that you have 4 players on the court at all times who can switch. Now, obviously, that leaves one mismatch, and that's usually Duncan Robinson, who they target in the starting lineup. But even when Duncan Robinson is being targeted, the Heat are so good at stunting or doubling or rotating or trapping that it doesn't really matter, because if Duncan Robinson finds himself on James Harden one-on-one, you always have to be aware of Bam Adebayo. He's lurking. It's like a bunch of dogs in a kennel, and I know that's corny, because that's what they use the adjective to describe the C team as, is a dog pound of the kennel, but that's just what it looks like. Whenever Duncan Robinson or Tyler Hero or anyone who's a defensive liability according to the other team is isolated onto one of the best players, like a James Harden or a Kevin Durant, you have to be wary of Bam Adebayo. He's stunting, helping. Jimmy Butler stunting, helping. Kyle Lowry, waiting in the backside. PJ Tucker, we are so good at rotating. We're so good at, stunting, doubling, trapping, that it doesn't really matter. Now, obviously, this can lead to open threes at times. The Nets did have some Joe Harris threes, but I think, the possessions that I really, really liked were when we stunted and rotated and forced a Paul Millsap to take a corner 3, or a DeAndre Bembry, or someone like that who's not a prolific 3-point shooter like a Joe Harris or a Kevin Durant or a Patty Mills. We did leave Patty Mills open a couple times, but we dodged some bullets there. But we are so good at that, and I'm so happy for this defense. This defense has been one of the best, I think the best in the NBA so far, statistically and eye test wise. This defense has been immense. Kevin Durant, was their best player, as we probably predicted, 25 and 11, but he had to make some tough shots, man. That 25 was not easy, by any means. He had to work for those 25 points. James Harden just looked very normal, very mundane. I don't know if it's because of the foul rules or whatever. It probably is. He's still trying to get used to the calls. I'm not going to be one of those people who's going to say James Harden is washed because of the new rules. I'm not that type of person. I still think he'll figure it out, but I think we did a really good job on him. He's tried to lock arms a lot, and I just think when he gets adjusted to the foul rules, he'll be a lot better. Obviously, Joe Harris, like I said, had a couple of baskets, a couple of open threes. You know, he had 15, Bruce Brown had 12, but apart from that, everyone else's was in single digits. And then for us, you know, we still had, you know, the guys I mentioned, Jimmy, Bam, and PJ Tucker. Kyle Lowry chipped in with 9 assists of his own, leading the team in assists again. But then you have 2 guys off the bench, Tyler Hero and Dwayne Dedmon, who both had 14 and 8 and 9 rebounds respectively. We absolutely killed them on the glass. Dwayne Dedmon was a big part of that. Total rebounds 62 to 42, offensive rebounds 17 to 4. We manhandled them on the glass, man. That was a big reason why we won. And you know, this was a game that we would have lost last year, because if we had shot 8 for 29 from 3, which is 27.6% from 3 and 39.6% from the field, if you had told me, you know, that we would have shot that percentage last year against the Brooklyn Nets, I would have said we would have lost this game by 10 plus. But we ended up pulling this one out because of the defense. The defense really has been, you know, what has been setting the tone for us. And yeah, I mean, the rebounding numbers, the fast break points, that's the reason we won this game, man. You know, it's nothing more, nothing less. You know, we kind of just, we dominated them on the glass, and that's why we won. And we got out in transition because of that. Now I do want to transition to the game against the Hornets, man. The Hornets are a team that are currently doing pretty well themselves. They're 4-1. You know, they're going to be a tough game. The Hornets always play great against us. We obviously played them in preseason, and they, you know, one time to the last minute, you know, Javonte Smart hit a game winner with the and one. But they have weapons on their team for sure. You know, not only do they have LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier is currently injured. I don't know what his status is. I think he's going to be out for the game against Miami, but don't quote me on that. I'm not, you know, Hornets insider. I just think, you know, Terry Rozier has not played. I don't even think he's played at all this season. He didn't even play in the preseason game, so he's probably out. But their starting lineup is LaMelo Ball, Kelly Oubre, Miles Bridges, who's had an amazing season so far, Gordon Hayward, and Mason Plumlee. Now, PJ Washington, I don't know what the status on him is. I don't know if he's getting DNPs or if he's injured, but I'm pretty sure he played one of the games before, and he didn't play against the Magic for some reason. Maybe he had an illness or something, I don't know. But the Charlotte Hornets have had 3 straight road wins so far. They're looking for their 4th straight road win in a row, and they're going to be a tough team. It starts off with LaMelo Ball. He's the tone setter for sure. You know, he's a guy that we got to keep quiet first and foremost. I expect to see, you know, a lot of Jimmy, a lot of Kyle on him. I expect to see Duncan Robinson on Kelly Oubre. I expect to see, you know, Jimmy or PJ on Miles Bridges and Gordon Hayward respectively. I expect to see Bam on Mason Plumlee with Kyle on LaMelo. I think that's how it's going to be. I think that's how it should be, because Bridges has been going off recently, man. Bridges has been doing really, really well. I think we should put PJ Tucker on Bridges and Jimmy Butler on Gordon Hayward, but we might go the other way around. I don't really know, you know. Whichever way is fine, because PJ and Jimmy are both dogs, so it doesn't really matter. Off the bench, Ish Smith has been really, really big for them this season. You know, he's been, you know, he killed the Nets. I remember that game because I watched it. I didn't watch their game against the Magic, but he had 8 points. Jaden McDaniels and Cody Martin both had double digits off the bench. Obviously, Cody Martin's the twin of Caleb Martin. He had 12, and Jalen McDaniels, sorry, Jaden plays for the Timberwolves. Jalen McDaniels had 16. And I remember I really liked Jalen McDaniels, you know, coming out of college, man. I thought he had a lot of potential. I'm pretty sure he went to San Diego State. He was drafted in the 2nd round, but yeah, you know, I'm a huge fan of this Hornets team as far as they're really fun to watch, but we got to win against them. It's a nationally televised game. It's going to be on ESPN if I'm not mistaken, called by Mike Breen and someone else. This is a team that likes rebounding the ball as well. They have some size. Mason Plumlee's not a slouch on the glass. They do shoot the 3-point shot pretty well, as indicated by their last game against the Magic, where they shot 47% from 3, which is ridiculous. And they're a pretty efficient team from the field as well. They shot 52% from the field. Defensively, I don't think this team is the best. They just gave up 111 points to the Magic, with Cole Anthony having 24 of them. Wendell Carter kind of killed them inside with 20 and 10. Mo Bamba also had 14 and 10. So I don't think defensively this team is the best, but I think offensively they do get out in transition. They do run. They're going to match our pace, intensity, and everything. So we do have to make sure that we are on our toes 100% of the time. But I think that's all there is to previewing this game, man. We just got to be, just got to match Charlotte's pace. Charlotte's a very fast-paced team. They're a team that likes to get out in transition. They like to run. LaMelo sets the tone, and Miles Bridges has been, a most improved candidate this season, probably the leader in the award so far. He's going to be a handful, and then Gordon Hayward is obviously a former All-Star. So it's them three. It's them three. If we can limit 2 of those 3, we'll be in good shape to win this game for sure. So I expect us to win this game. I don't think, out of these next 9 or so games, I think this is probably one of the easier ones. But I don't want to disrespect Charlotte because they're still a playoff caliber team. So we cannot take them lightly for sure. They don't have Malik Monk, which is a big plus for us because he used to always kill us, but they still have weapons on that team. So I want to make sure that Charlotte, we take care of that game before we move on to the harder ones coming up. And I think, man, that's going to be it for the preview for Charlotte. Let me know what your thoughts are about this Heat team, man. Do you guys think the Heat are contenders? Do you think the Heat can realistically win a championship? Let me know down in the comment section below, man. I think we are. I'll see you guys later as always. Have a nice day. Peace.